Closing moments here on Overtime. Mark, has been a heavy baseball show. We've talked obviously a lot about the Atlanta Braves and about instant replay. And, of course, a big series between the Tide and Tigers as SEC play continues to wrap up in this league. But also we have a major Iron Bowl of baseball going on over in Tuscaloosa. But there's another baseball note that you wanted to hit on, and going back to historical perspective with ties to the state of Alabama.
Well, I think tomorrow is a big day. It's April 15th. It's the 74th anniversary of Jackie Robinson breaking into the major leagues back with the Brooklyn Dodgers. And what people don't know is that 42 years before that, and I think the number is unique too,
right,
42.
Right.
You had a guy called William Clarence Matthews who came from Selma, who was one of the probably smartest individuals of his era. And not just work, but this guy was a brilliant guy. He grew up in Montgomery, wound up going to Tuskegee.
That's right, Tuskegee
and
University.
Then he wound up going to Harvard because he had become friends with Booker T. Washington, kind of arranged for him to go to Harvard. At Harvard, he became an outstanding baseball player, was the only guy to play all three of those seasons he was there. There were other guys that kind of came in and out. And to give you an idea of how good that Harvard baseball team was, their pitching coach was Cy Young,
right,
Major League Baseball, most wins. And their hitting coach was Willie Keeler, who hit them where they ain't, Willie Keeler,
right,
who's another Hall of Famer who ended up hitting over 400. These were the guys on their coaching staff. So what had happened is, in the major leagues, the Boston Beanators, who eventually became the Braves, they were really struggling, especially in the middle infield where Matthews played. So their manager decided to, maybe we could get this guy to come play. He had seen him play at Harvard. He was another guy that was a fellow Ivy League person at Brown University. So he inquired into it. And then in a book written in 1907, it was said that back in 1905, when this took place, this is July of 1905, that there was a National League manager that considered offering a position to an African American. Everyone thought it was John McGraw of the Giants because McGraw had employed like Rube Foster, was one of the best pitchers of the Negro League, to come and teach his pitchers. But it wasn't. It was the Braves manager who was suffering through a horrible season. And the middle infielders, at the time in July, they had like 80 combined errors. Team wound up losing over 100 games. And it was something that not too many people know about. Right. And even me as a baseball fan, when I'm reading this, I'm thinking, geez, this is a really interesting story. But what was really interesting is that the Boston Traveler was a newspaper then, and that was where the rumor first came out with. And then they were able to not really take it seriously. The Traveler was kind of like the 9th newspaper in Boston, so it didn't get that much publicity. But when looking over the life of Matthews, this was a guy who was an incredible guy, wound up serving in Washington. He just has a great career, one of the smartest people of his generation, and a pretty good athlete. And he would have gotten a chance to be Jackie Robinson before Jackie Robinson. So sometimes you don't know. There are guys that can do it, and there are so many things that he accomplished over his life. Check him out. There are a lot of articles on him. I know MLB.com had an article about him. So you can learn about William Clarence Matthews from Selma, Alabama. Just a thing to be proud of if you're an Alabamian.
Exactly. And I think there is something kind of universal to the fact that it was 42 years before we had the great event with Jackie Robinson in Major League Baseball. Thank you so much, Mark, for that. And thank you so much for joining us tonight and this week here on Overtime. We'll be back next week on Monday night. Obviously, lots to talk about as Jacksonville State finds out where they're playing the FCS and so many other storylines. We'll see you here on Monday.